Title: The Shadows of Fog Hollow. In the small town of Fog Hollow, where the smoke from the factory blurred the skyline and the dense forests loomed like dark sentinels, legends belonged to the undercurrents of whispered conversations. Among these tales, none was more fascinating and terrifying than the one about the Mothman, a creature of shadows, wings, and foreboding. 17-year-old Ellie had always been intrigued by folklore. With her wild red hair and an insatiable curiosity, she often found herself trudging through the thick woods, camera in hand, seeking remnants of the mythical stories her grandmother used to tell. As her friends, Mark and Tessa, gathered to watch yet another horror movie at a nearby theater, Ellie decided to venture deeper into the woods, hoping to find remnants of old silhouettes that might tell her more about the fabled creature. The day began with a light drizzle, the kind of weather that sent many scurrying indoors. But to Ellie, it served as an invitation to explore the hushed corners of Fog Hollow. She had heard about the sightings, the pinpoints of glowing red eyes in the darkness and feathery shadows flitting between the trees. The legend said Mothman was an omen, a harbinger of disaster, but Ellie couldn't help but feel a strange allure to the tales. After a long hike, Ellie found herself in a clearing, a small glade surrounded by towering trees, their branches swaying ominously in the breeze. She took a deep breath, inhaling the earthy scent of rain-soaked soil and decaying leaves. She set her camera on a nearby rock, the lens pointed to the thickening fog, and began to explore the area. As she wandered, dark clouds gathered above, weaving a cloak of gray that muffled the sounds of the surrounding forest. The winds picked up, an eerie whistling that sent shivers down her spine. Just as she turned to head back, a soft rustle caught her attention. Turning, her breath hitched as she spotted a shadow taking form just beyond the tree line. The figure was hunched and broad, with large wings that folded against its back like a dark, sinister cape. Panic tugged at her heartstrings, yet the instinct to capture this moment on film propelled her forward. She lifted her camera, fingers trembling, and snapped a picture. Then it turned. The air thickened with dread as two glowing red eyes flickered to life, locking onto hers. Ellie felt her stomach drop, a visceral fear consuming her. The creature's wings unfurled, revealing an expansive span that made the creature look both majestic and monstrous. Blood-chilling screeches echoed through the glade, reverberating off the trees with a haunting resonance. Ignoring the voice inside her that screamed to run, Ellie backed away slowly, her heart racing. With every step, Mothman followed her, the shadows draping over her like a looming curtain. The creature took a step forward, gleaming white fangs visible in its gaping maw. The intensity in its eyes only grew brighter, and she felt an overwhelming sense of impending doom. Suddenly, she stumbled, falling against the wet earth. The camera's flash went off again, illuminating the creature in stark white light for a terrifying second. In that flash, she saw its entire form, tattered wings, elongated limbs, and a face filled with pain. But for that fleeting moment, Ellie felt a strange connection. Was it possible that the Mothman was not there to harm her? Panic overran logic, and she scrambled to her feet, turning to sprint back the way she came. Trees blurred past her, branches clawing at her skin as she dodged and weaved through the suffocating darkness. The creature's screeches filled her ears, creating a cacophony that drove her heart wild. But the horrifying realization hit her. Mothman wasn't just following her, he was leading her. Just as she burst into a small clearing filled with fog, she skidded to a halt. Before her loomed the old railway bridge, dilapidated and shattered. A few weeks earlier, Mark had warned of a deadly accident that had occurred there years ago, a train's crash that had taken many lives. The chilling memory raced through her mind as she understood. Mothman was not here to harm her, he played a role in a warning, a tragic herald of doom. The connection reached her like a lightning bolt. She needed to escape the curse of the past. Gaining her courage, Ellie turned back towards the creature, determination igniting within her. "You want to protect others," she shouted into the oppressive fog, her voice trembling but firm. Show them to turn back." The red eyes flickered, and for a moment, the chaos in the air stilled. Then, a horrific screech echoed, rallying like a siren call in the night. Ellie stood her ground, letting the creature's warning wing its way through the night. And then, as the fog thickened, Mothman took flight, dark wings beating the air with an otherworldly grace. He soared above her, casting shadows over the bridge, a reminder of the past, a warning of the future. As Ellie emerged from the woods, she and her friends would always remember that night. The legends of Fog Hollow were not merely tales of fright, but echoes of caution that could save lives, if only people chose to listen. From that day forth, whispers of the Mothman morphed in Fog Hollow. He became a guardian, a protector of the town, a creature of shadows that taught them the power of heeding warnings, forever haunting the memories of those who dared to venture too close to dark secrets.